Men, have you ever hit your wife, your companion, your spouse, your woman? It's not a good thing. Not in today's climate, because the court systems typically side with the females. Somehow or another in our society, for many, many years now, we have always looked at the female as being the most frail in children, the most frail two entities in our society, the way in which our culture is made up. And anytime we hear about any crimes enacted against a child or a woman, we become fortified. We become even incensed. And we want justice immediately. But that's not necessarily the case with men. It's unfortunate that it's kind of tilted that way, but it is a fact nonetheless. Now, should a man ever put his hands on a woman in a physical way, in a way of harming her, inflicting injury? Never. But what is the scenario that is played out most of the time? The woman will hit the man first. The most obvious answer to this is women, keep your hands to yourself. If you know that there's a probability or a likelihood that if you hit or strike a man, that he's going to hit you back, then you just ought to control yourself. Now, I think it's rather ironic to strike a man and then be prepared to call the police when you're the one who initiated it, and then he ends up having to go through the court system and being possibly jailed. That's not right. It's not fair. It's not even morally sound. So why are you doing it? Most of the time, you believe that you can get away with it because of the way society slants justice towards you as it relates to your male counterpart. But that's not fair to him at all. From a personality standpoint and from a character standpoint, you just really ought to take a step up and better yourself as a human being. This is not an attack on women per se, but this is just an observation that not just myself, but hundreds of thousands of people have experienced and or viewed over the years, as far as how women get away with a lot of things as it relates to violence against the man or the male. That's not right at all. So if you don't want the man to hit you back, then don't hit him. It's just that simple. Don't put your hands on him, and hopefully he won't put his hands on you. Now, the same is true conversely. The man should never initiate an attack against a woman. Period. He shouldn't put his hands on you for no reason, anger or what have you. I understand, passion, or love crimes and things like that, those situations, but sometimes we just have to go and leave the scene and take a deep breath and come back later and revisit it a different way with a fresh mind, calm down. But no one ever has a right, be it male on male, male on female, female on male, to put your hands on one another unwarranted. It should never happen. But ladies, understand this. Even though the law may be on your side, in your mind, socially, even though the law may be on your side or slant towards you in these types of circumstances, by no means grants you the authority or the privilege to put your hands on anyone, especially your male counterpart, friend, stranger, or otherwise. You have no right to do that. Now, if you believe that you have the right to do that and you carry this out anyway, you had better be ready for the consequences. Now, you could be hospitalized. Are you willing to suffer that? Are you willing to undergo that? Because he may give you more than just what you're asking for. So please, love yourselves enough to say that we can table this until another day when my mind is more clear and I can speak to you from an adult standpoint to another adult. That was all I had to say on the subject matter. Keep your hands to yourself, male and female, men and women, if you will. This is Brother Teacher. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. I love you. And of course, Yahweh loves you as well. So long.